Have you ever seen a face in your toast? Or spotted a bunny in the clouds?
What about now?
Maybe you've noticed the man in the moon or seen Jesus on a piece of toast. Don't worry, you're not going crazy. Your brain is doing exactly what it's designed to do. Today, we're talking about two fascinating tricks your brain plays on you, pareidolia and apophenia. These are the reasons why you see faces in clouds, patterns in random numbers, and meaning in complete chaos. Let's dive into why your brain can't stop finding patterns, even when they're not really there. First, let's talk about pareidolia. Pareidolia is when you see familiar things, especially faces, in random objects. It comes from the Greek words para, meaning beside or wrong, and eidolon, meaning image. Here are some famous examples. The man in the moon. For thousands of years, people have seen a face on the moon's surface. It's actually just craters and shadows. The face on Mars. In 1976, NASA's Viking 1 spacecraft took a photo of Mars that looked like a giant face. People went wild. But better photos later showed it was just a rocky hill. Jesus on toast. In 1994, a woman named Diana Deweyser found what she believed was the Virgin Mary's face on her grilled cheese sandwich. She kept it for 10 years and sold it on eBay for $28,000. Outlets and cars. Ever noticed how electrical outlets look like surprised faces? Or how the front of cars look like they have expressions? Your brain is always looking for faces. But why? Seeing faces in everything isn't a bug, it's a feature. Ancient survival skill. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors needed to quickly identify friends from enemies. Spotting a face in the bushes could mean the difference between life and death. Is that a friend? A tiger? An enemy tribe? Our brains evolved to detect faces fast, sometimes too fast. The fusiform face area. There's actually a special part of your brain called the fusiform face area, FFA. This area lights up when you see a face. Scientists have found that it activates in just 170 milliseconds, that's less than a blink of an eye. Here's the interesting part, your FFA doesn't wait for complete information. It makes quick guesses. 2 dots in a line. Face. 3 circles. Face. Car headlights. Face. Better safe than sorry. Your brain follows a simple rule, it's better to see a face that isn't there than to miss a face that is there. Missing a face in the bushes could mean missing a predator. Seeing a fake face in a cloud? No harm done. This is called a false positive, and your brain is perfectly okay with making this mistake. While pareidolia is specifically about seeing faces and familiar images, apophenia is broader. It's about seeing meaningful patterns and connections in random, unrelated information. The word was coined in 1958 by German neurologist Klaus Conrad. Examples of apophenia. Gambling and luck. When someone wins twice on a slot machine, they think they've found a hot machine. In reality, each spin is completely random. Lucky numbers. People believe certain numbers are lucky for them because they've seen them everywhere. Your brain simply notices these numbers more because you're looking for them. Conspiracy theories. Many conspiracy theories start with apophenia. People connect unrelated events and create elaborate stories to explain them. Cloud shapes. When you see not just a face, but a whole story in the clouds, like a dragon chasing a knight, that's apophenia creating narrative from randomness. The gambler's fallacy. This is a classic example. If a coin lands on heads 5 times in a row, people think tails is due. But the coin doesn't remember previous flips. Each flip is still 50-50. Your brain hates randomness. It desperately wants to find patterns, even in pure chance. So why does your brain do this? Humans are pattern recognition machines. Pattern recognition helped our ancestors survive. Recognizing which plants were safe to eat. Predicting when seasons would change. Understanding cause and effect. If eating red berries made you sick, your brain learned, red berries equals danger. That's pattern recognition saving your life. The downside. But this powerful tool sometimes works too well. Superstitions: I wore my lucky socks and won the game, so these socks are lucky. Your brain connected two unrelated events. Confirmation bias: once you believe a pattern exists, you only notice evidence that supports it. You ignore everything that contradicts it. Example: you think about an old friend, and they call you that day. Whoa, telepathy. But you forget the 50 times you thought about them and they didn't call. Clustering illusion. Humans are bad at understanding randomness. When random events cluster together by chance, we think there's a pattern. Example: cancer clusters in neighborhoods are often just random chance, but people assume there must be an environmental cause. Let's look at some wild examples throughout history. The Shroud of Turin: many believe this cloth shows the face of Jesus. Scientists say it's a medieval creation, but millions still see Jesus's face in it. EVP, electronic voice phenomena: ghost hunters claim to hear voices in radio static. It's actually your brain creating words from random noise. The Paul is dead conspiracy: in the 1960s, Beatles fans became convinced Paul McCartney had died and been replaced. They found clues in song lyrics and album covers. All completely random coincidences. Stock market patterns: many traders believe they can predict market movements by spotting patterns in charts. Studies show these patterns have no real predictive power. Hidden messages: people have found secret messages in everything from Disney movies to the Bible. Most are coincidental. Face on Mars, revisited. Remember that face on Mars? When NASA's Mars Global Surveyor took higher-resolution photos in 2001, it clearly showed just a normal mesa, a flat-topped hill. But some people still believe it's a face. Once your brain sees a pattern, it's hard to unsee it. So is seeing patterns and randomness bad? Not always. This same brain wiring gives us creativity. Artists and innovators often see connections others miss. Scientific discovery: noticing genuine patterns leads to breakthroughs. Language and communication: recognizing patterns in sounds lets us understand speech. Social bonding: quick face recognition helps us connect with others. When it becomes a problem. Mental health: extreme apophenia can be a symptom of conditions like schizophrenia. Bad decisions: believing false patterns can lead to poor choices. Gambling, pseudoscience. Conspiracy thinking: seeing connections everywhere can create paranoid worldviews. Financial loss: following patterns in stocks or crypto can lose you money. The key: being aware of these tendencies helps you think more critically. So what have we learned? Your brain is an amazing pattern detecting machine. Pareidolia makes you see faces everywhere, while apophenia makes you find meaning in randomness. This isn't a flaw, it's a feature that helps humans survive and thrive. But in our modern world, it can sometimes lead us astray. So what have we learned? Your brain is an amazing pattern detecting machine. Pareidolia makes you see faces everywhere, while apophenia makes you find meaning in randomness. This isn't a flaw, it's a feature that helps humans survive and thrive. But in our modern world, it can sometimes lead us astray. How to handle it asterisk. 1. Acknowledge it. When you see a face in your coffee, smile and recognize what's happening. 2. Question patterns. Ask yourself, is this really a pattern, or am I seeing what I want to see? 3. Embrace the wonder. It's okay to enjoy seeing shapes in clouds. 4. Stay critical, especially with important decisions. Check if the pattern is real. Next time you see a face in the wood grain of your floor, or a bunny in the clouds, remember, your brain is doing exactly what millions of years of evolution designed it to do. You're not strange. You're human. And that's pretty amazing. Thanks for watching. What's the weirdest face or pattern you've ever seen? Drop it in the comments below, ***. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-bending facts about how your brain works.